Here is the new addition to the shop family. It's I don't know what year it is, but it's a dual axle car trailer, 3,500 pound axles, I assume. Actually, yes, it is. Needs a few things. As you can see, it needs a new deck. So a lot of bad spots. That board's coming up. That board's rotting out. As you can see, I've got the new boards to do that with. So if you're going to do this job, make sure you use the trailer to get your new boards first. It needs little things like this here needs to be straightened out. It's a little bent, not a big deal. The toolbox, the hinges broke, and it got kind of dented in this way. So I got to fix that. Not a huge deal. It came with the battery box and all of the straps except for these shiny ones. These are new. Came with the axle straps as well. These straps I find are a bit too long for the way I like to strap them down, so I got these new ones. It needs a new jack. This one works, but the handle keeps coming off of it. Won't stay on, and the foot's missing. The foot's in there somewhere, but it isn't. Yeah, there it is. But it doesn't stay on there. I gotta grind it down to get it to go on, and then I gotta take it off every time I'm done with it anyway, because of how low this trailer is. This is a very low trailer. It's a low boy. Other than that, it needs some body work here, so I'm just gonna cut that out and put a new square tube there. Needs new fenders, but it's still usable the way it is, so not a big deal. I'm going to move the plate from here up onto the fender, and then I'm going to move that plate light up there with it. So I find it hangs over here just enough, but if I got a wide truck or something on there, I'm going to run that right over. The reason I'm not worried about the fenders too is because I plan on putting a drive-over fender on them. And then this here needs to be fixed. There's a cap there and the light sat in there, so that's I don't know if the cap is probably in there. No, just pieces of rust from where the cap was, or what used to be the cap. So I gotta put a new cap on there. I'm thinking, so there's the ramps there. They slide out, go into two pins that then slide into those holes right there, and then through the other end of the ramp into that hole, and that's where the holes of the ramp's on. I don't like that design. I found out the other day when I tried to use it that if the ramps aren't used often enough, it gets rust in there and stuff. So I plan to clean those out and use them for now, but I think what I'm going to do is put that bar on there permanently, and then just put a hook on the end of the ramp so it just hooks onto the bar rather than the bar having to go through it. It's got some D-rings, one there, one on the other side of the wood there, and a couple at the front. I plan on putting at least two more on, one here and one over there by that fender, and I might even put a couple at the front of the fenders as well, just to have extra. Plan on putting a winch on the front for winching the cars on. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but I got a couple of ideas. But that's her. So let's go on inside where it's dry, and I'll show you the parts that I plan on putting on. One other thing it needs is it needs a new plug, which shouldn't be down there, but grab it anyway. As you can see, it's kind of looking pretty ragged, and the electric brake wire is pulled out. I'm going to take all these lights out. I'm going to clean them up unless they're really bad, like this one here, and then I'll probably just replace it, or I might just replace them all with LEDs in the future. But those will do for now, because I want to be able to use it as I'm doing the work. So first thing I plan on doing is the boards. I'm going to pull the boards off, clean up everything, get all the old broken screws out, because I know every single one of these screws are going to break when they come out. Grind them all down, paint all those spots that need to be touched up, painted. So let's go inside and we'll take a look at the accessories that we have to put on it. So back inside, this is the things that we're going to be putting on the trailer. To start with, we have a junction box for the new plug, because the plug on that one is pretty pooched. So anyway, we have that. We have a document holder for holding the insurance and stuff like that, because I don't know about where you are, but here it is required by law that you have your trailer documents and stuff on the trailer itself. I've got the screws. These are wood to metal screws from Tex. I got at local Home Depot, and that's for putting the deck boards on. I found these on Amazon. Let me pull it out and I'll show you here. It's just a little clip you put on the trailer, and that holds your cable so that it's not just dangling on the ground or whatever, and you can put it in upside down so it doesn't fill with water. Got a can of paint for touch-ups. Maybe might get the whole frame done with that, don't know. I'm not doing a color change, so I should be able to touch up most of it with that can. And I've got this here. This is going to be for a future project on the trailer. I'm going to put a winch on it, but I'm going to put the winch on a removable hitch plate that goes in the receiver. The reason for that is so that when I'm not using it on the trailer, I can use it on the truck as well, because on this truck I have my winch already. I got the hidden winch system in the Toyota, but I don't have a winch on the Ford. And Ford, they don't make a great winch bumper for the Ford, so I'm just gonna do but they do make a front receiver for it. So I'll put the front receiver on and put the winch in there if I need a winch for that, and then I can also use it in the back of the truck if I want. So I'm going to run wires to the front end of the back of that truck, so I can plug in that winch either on the trailer or on the truck, either way. So yeah, that's what we're putting on the trailer. So let's see, well, looks like we've got to wait for a break in the weather, but let's say when the weather clears, we get out there and start putting some stuff on. I think we're going to start with the deck boards, because I want to pull the deck boards and then do all the touch-up painting and everything before I put this on. So then I'll just touch up all the paint where I weld the winch stuff on later on when I do that part of the trailer. So for now, let's get out there and get working. Okay, so we got all the old boards off. I got it painted up. I didn't bother to bore you with the painting. That's just painting. Just drum clad out of a can. No big deal. And I rewired the plug for the front. I put a junction box in it. The wire from the other one is all chewed up. I'm going to do a video on that as well. Don't know if I'm going to add it into this one or not, but we'll see how this goes. But yeah, I just took the old one, I cut the end off of it, wired it into the box. It was a bit of a chore because none of the wires in the old plug matched up with the colors of the wires in the new box. So it was fun. Had to redo it a couple times, and I don't know if the brakes on this thing are working or not. I didn't have a helper, so I couldn't really test them. So I'm gonna have somebody come and give me a hand with that later. I'll show that in a different video probably though. But anyway, now we are getting ready to cut the boards to put the new deck on. So let's get you guys set up over here, and we'll show you. We'll start doing that. So I've decided that I'm not going to bother to try to trim a piece to go in there, because it just doesn't make any sense. So what I might do is I might get a light strip to run down the length of that, and that way I've got light underneath the vehicle for strapping it down and stuff like that if I want it. And same with there, I'm not going to bother to put a gap in there or to fill in that gap. But I got the deck on, got the ramps all painted up, put back on. I got all the undercarriage painted. We just got to paint the outside, but I'm not going to do that until I'm done all the welding and grinding, because we still got to put fenders on it, and we still got to fix this box. And I think this is going to be tomorrow's project. We're going to call it a day today, but tomorrow we'll come back, fix up this box, and then after that probably start working on fenders, but we'll see how things go. So see you tomorrow.